How are you alive? That was on his head. Woo! Oh, Lord. Give me a moment, just identifying people's locations. Ow, 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 ow. Miniguns hurt. Being on the flip side is an awful experience. Ow, ow, ow. Damn it. I tried to run across the lake because I needed a better vantage point before I could really start doing damage. So instead, we'll try to do it a little bit more preemptively. We're going full killer for this, man. And honestly, I probably should remove the suppressor from my gun. Don't really need it anymore, considering we're just going loud. Hell, I can go for the bald eagle at this point. Oh, Jesus. What a shittier side to start on. The other side has like a ramp where I have perfect vantage point of everything, but this side's just like, no. No, I don't think so. Alright, thankfully the path to the dirt bike isn't all that far off. Greetings, buddy. I like how its kick stands up. It's just like, okay.
Silent. It's just not ideal. Yeah, at least the view is nice.
Okay.
Left the lights on him.
Battery's dead.
Donovan drove it out last. If you're so worried, get on the turret.
I didn't say I was worried. And I didn't say... If he comes up,
They're gonna get a rude fucking welcome.
Good. I like being rudely awoken. It's the only way to live. I don't think I like the AWM. I mean, I like that it sounds like it has power, but then it turns out that it doesn't really. It might be about as effective as the 300 knockout, you know? I mean, to be fair, these guys are a little bit better equipped than some of the other guys we've been dealing with. Maybe they have Kevlar vests or some shit hidden underneath their tiny little shirts. Some of them just straight up have body armor. At that point, I can understand. Ooh. I do need a fucking motorcycle to be able to get up there. Okay, or at least over the gap. I'm slightly worried about, like, the house not loading in. Because you saw what happened last time. They're fucking walking around the geometry and shit. And I'm sitting here going, I can't see you. Like, I don't know what the fuck I can shoot through and what I can't. Or what I can. At least I have a minigun. That makes me pretty happy about life. Minus the overheating stuff. Well, they are spreading out really far this time. I'm gonna need to come in from like this side. Alright, fuck it. Ooh. Ah, sometimes I wish there was like two different types of system, like a cop system and a criminal system. And I got rewarded to the criminal side if I got like headshots and shit. That'd be nice, so that way I didn't feel too punished for being an asshole killing everybody. AKS. And Bald Eagle. I really want the house to load. I really do. I don't know what the fuck is up with it.
That way!
Huh. Well, at least part of it's loaded, and it kind of looks nice. This is just an incredibly accurate gun. Holy shit. I might die here because I can't fucking see what's going on. This game is so buggy for me. Oh my god. Awesome. They can shoot through the wall, but I can't. Ow. Ow.
Get up there! Let's go! Go, now! Plug him out!
Okay. Game, I'd like you to realize that I would like the place to load. This is somewhat better. Things are slightly better here. We're inside, which means we can see some of the geometry of the world.
Let's go! Come on, get him! He went this way!
It's so bad.
Look at that! Oh, man!
I'm just like waiting for suddenly everything to look amazing. Because right now this is pretty fucking bad. I think the game doesn't realize I'm here. In a way, right? Like I'm triggering events and stuff, and like enemy spawns, but I'm not having the textures load in. The only thing I can imagine that happening is one, my shitty hard drive.
Heck, I should have tried harder to find a place for you.
It's way too late for that.
I'll leave my office door open.
Good. We can have a nice talk in this hardly loaded mansion. Jesus. Let me see if restarting from checkpoint will do anything for me. I'm hoping that I have a checkpoint here. Like, before I killed everybody. Or after I killed everybody. Okay, I do. But it didn't matter. Dude, it's like fucking traveling back to like the 90s. And you have secret levels hidden behind walls. For some fucking reason. Well, Dawes home is pretty nice. I suppose. Oh god, this is bad. I'm gonna restart the game. Okay, I restarted the game and I'm still bugged out, so I think I'm just gonna be shit out of luck. Oh well, this is what the game is. For me, it's buggy. Jesus Christ, alright. Hey there, you have more touchscreens. Room temperature 72. Yeah. I actually do like the house and rooms being kind of more around a 70-ish degree temperature. It's not that bad. At first you're like, this is really chilly. But then you'd stay at a hotel or something, you realize, you know, actually no. 72 degrees is really pleasant. I have no idea what this fucking evidence is. I don't know what's where. Is it down here? Is it upstairs? Am I missing something? Is there a third floor? Alright, bro, the chandelier is just, this is off-putting. We're all charging in, ready to kick some ass. Things are just fucked up. I'm gonna laugh if the cutscene is fucked up. This will be one of the few instances where I'm like, wow, a rendered cutscene probably would have been better for everybody. Alright, come on. There's only one piece of evidence in here that I need. It's not that. There is a third floor. Okay. I have to find my way up there. Here we go. Or am I facing the wall to see where the actual door is? Oh, this works. Alright. What we got here? Dossier on Captain Hector.
Son of a bitch.
A file on Hector Mendoza, my father. Wait, no, go back. A file on Hector Mendoza, my father, a paid assassin for the communist Cuban government. Dawes dug deep and learned more about my dad than I ever knew, including what happened to him. Executed as enemy of the people. We're real proud of you, Papa. Good riddance. Transcript: Hector Mendoza, captain. Confirmed kills. Good number of people. Attempted flight to Brazil on January 27. Executed as enemy of the people in February. Oh wow, okay. So maybe he was fed up with the life. He tried to get away from it. There's one last piece of evidence. And I'm wondering if it's further ahead or if I like left it behind somewhere earlier on the island. It's entirely possible. Oh fuck! Okay, we're good. Look at this beautiful pool. I think my favorite part about this glitch is that, like, there's obviously a problem with, like, level of detail. So this is what it would look like if we're looking at it from really far away. But when we get closer to these things, sometimes they have, like, their more higher res stuff. It's like, hey, look, it's an actual pool, but you have to be in the pool for it to happen. Alright, let's hope for the best!
Impressive technique, but completely unnecessary, detective. I'm unarmed.
I highly doubt that. Hey, hey! Keep your hands where I can see them.
Seriously, Nick? What are you gonna do, arrest me?
That was the old Nick.
Yes. I saw what you did to Stoddard. And then you flew all the way across the country to rob me? Well, you just might be the most ruthless son of a bitch I've ever known. Still, I don't think you're cold-blooded enough to shoot an unarmed man. If you wanted to kill me, you would have done it already. So what do you really want, Nick?
Depends what you're offering.
Finally, you're asking the right question.
What's the offer?
Simple. The world. I want you to help me run my organization, then take it over when I'm gone.
And well, I think I just proved your organization has a few holes.
Well, who better to plug them? Huh? Look around. You're all alone, Nick. Wonder why?
My friends had somewhere else to be.
No. No, you sent them away. You see, I think you finally figured out who you really are. You're just like me.
Oh boy.
More criminal than cop.
You know what? You're right.
You were asking for it, man. Come on.
How's your mother, Nick?
Oh, now we can't even see it. Censorship. How's your mother, Nick? I don't know. In the void, I suppose. Okay, obviously Dawes was into some Illuminati shit. But is there evidence in here? Negatory. Huh. So am I leaving? Or am I taking something from him? Picture? I didn't see the objective. Hold on. Open the passage. So... here we go.
Tell me, Nick. When you pulled the trigger, did I look surprised?
Oh.
There's a bookshelf near my desk. Behind it is a passageway. Open it up.
Are you fucking kidding me? He predicted that too?
I framed you because I didn't think you were a realist. Good guys never are. But I invited you out here because I hoped that maybe I was wrong. That maybe you were salvageable.
What's about to happen here? Is this underground place actually going to be
favors rendered, money procured?
loaded?
No. The cops I've been working with, police chiefs, commissioners I'm talking about. Oh, you'd be shocked by how fast they cooperated. And it's not because they're bad men. The problem is risk. My customers sell something millions of people want. I've reduced risk. For cop, criminal, for everybody. And everyone was willing to look the other way. Except you.
Well, I mean, at least it doesn't have a combination. Remember when we had that one instance of a quick time event with our alligator or crocodile? Good times. Money?
What I've built can't be taken apart. There's too much at stake. Too many lives and reputations. So congratulations, detective. It's all yours.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Now what are you gonna do with it?
Huh. So obviously I missed evidence there, because I even missed one of the people. But hey! Let's see what's gonna happen with Nick, and then I'll try to get that last piece of evidence so at least we have that conclusion. Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Because Skip? You've unlocked a new difficulty mode. Choose Hardline mode for the ultimate challenge. That's it? No, I just skipped the credits! Because I figured there'd be like an after credit scene, something. No? Nothing? Oh. I thought there was 11 episodes. Alright, the prologue. So episode 10 was episode 11. I completely forgot that. Ah. Well, let's try. Well, let's talk, actually. So I guess that's the end of the game. I'm very confused about that because that wasn't really a super good conclusion. Maybe the evidence can clear that up. We pretty much got most of the evidence in the game. The only one I didn't get was one on this level. Fuck it. Let's restart the episode. I'll jump cut. Here we go. This is the area that I missed. Whoopsie. Alright, we're gonna try to just rush by everybody. I don't really care about anything else. I want to get my evidence. Get the conclusion. But it is interesting that there was this whole place that I missed out on. I could be polite and really, really nice and not shoot everybody, but I don't want to do that. I want to get my evidence, and these guys are in my way.
Dogs want bodies. You hear that, right? So let's give him some.
I'd prefer it if you didn't give him any bodies, including my own. Although if you want to give your bodies to him by dying, that's fine with me. Alright, what do we got going on? Where's that evidence hidden away inside this back room, huh? What is the final piece of evidence? IRS summons? Uh-oh. So they were actually trying to go after him.
Preferred Outcomes is now a major player in domestic law enforcement, with its operators replacing badges in several major cities around the country. Dawes says his men are better trained, and maybe they are. But mercenaries are the last thing any city needs. Kai must have felt the same way. After all this success, Dawes got a lesson from Rourke in hiding profits and using intel against his enemies. If Dawes thinks news of my father's fate can still hurt me, he's wrong. To tell you the truth, I'm glad the son of a bitch is dead.
I couldn't tell from the way you reacted to that. Okay, there you go. We got all the evidence. Now I just have to get to the credits scene and see if there's something hidden away in there. You know, they really, really wanted this last level to have a lot of options. Here I am coming from a completely different side. And I'm even provided a thing to get the grappling hook.
Hands up. Keep them up.
Hey, it's not okay, man.
You got it. You got it. Hey, what's this about?
Well, would you look at that? Restarting the episode made the place whole. Well, we might as well go through here, see what the place actually looks like. You know, when it's not all one big, low-textured mess. This isn't too bad. I like it. Wow, breaking the glass did not fucking attract any attention whatsoever. That's funny to me.
Hold it right there.
They have one guy defending the final door. Gosh. Well, you know, this place actually looks really nice when it's not all fucked up because of the Illuminati. Minus, you know, the dead guy just bleeding out over there. Well, I guess that is Battlefield Hardline in its entirety. The ending there kind of weird. Really odd for them to end it the way they did. Obviously, you know, when you do these games, as most developers seem to be trying to do, they want to leave things a little bit open-ended so that way they can work in a sequel. But you don't have to, like, end the game in a really weird, super cliffhanger-y note in order to do that. I feel like that's a little bit of a ripoff. You know? It's like, you're not gonna come back by the end of the year. You're not a TV show. You're gonna come back in like maybe 2 or 3 years with a sequel. And that's gonna be really far off. You can't just... I don't like bad endings. I don't really like bad endings at all. But what about the journey to this ending? I think that Battlefield Hardline is probably one of the better Battlefield single players. Now that's not saying a lot, because the Battlefield games so far haven't had amazing stories. I liked Bad Company and I like Bad Company 2. Hell, I hope they do a Bad Company 3. But Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 were really meh games, you know, that made slight attempts to try to characterize people, especially Battlefield 4. I can hardly remember Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 was really a big showcase for just like, hey, we're DICE, and we're really, really willing to try and step our game up for stuff. Look how visually amazing everything looks. And look at all the different stories we're gonna tell. Fucking, you're a tank driver, you're a jet plane person, except you're not gonna actually control the jet because, haha, we're just teasing you, motherfucker. Oh, gosh. But those games were really forgettable and not really entirely enjoyable in the ways that they went about. However, with Battlefield Hardline, I actually did enjoy it a good bit. And I think it was a little bit rewarding to try and arrest everybody because of the fact that you actually had a chance to like listen to their conversations and shit. Whereas, you know, on that last bit where I was just shooting everybody, I wasn't able to hear their conversations. I wasn't hear what the fuck they were up to because I just shot the hell out of all of them. Whereas if you're actually stealthing around, you actually, you know, you're getting all that information, you're hearing other people's side perspectives, and that's just a nice change of pace. Considering the other Battlefield games, which are pretty much like non-stop shooting from level to level, and like constant streams of enemies all the time. This game was more respectable in that design, and you know, it's one of those few instances where I can forgive the fact that, like, if you're spotted and shit goes bad, it was okay for me to not have like a lot of health to deal with that situation. Now there were a couple instances where the freeze system got me fucked more than it should have, you know, and I can understand you want people to be within a certain range, but at some point you just gotta go, okay, look, if I yell freeze at these motherfuckers and they didn't fully see me, if they're all turned around, they should like all of a sudden go, "Whoa!" and then shoot me, when the system's supposed to play out in a completely different way. There were a couple of times where that happened, and that didn't sit well with me, but Battlefield Hardline was enjoyable. The story itself was kind of cliche, but I think it made up with it by having characters that I enjoyed. I like Tyson, I like Boomer, I kind of like Nick. Nick actually had a little bit of a personality. Sure, he was still just like a gruff dude, but he was gruff in a way that had personality. I wish we could have had a little bit more development with a lot of people. I mean, again, I really think they should have done something to like show us those 3 years he spent in jail, especially because it's such a random jump. Like, I didn't expect it at all. Like, obviously you start off the game and you're inside that police bus, and so obviously you know what's gonna happen eventually, but a fucking 3-year jump happened in between me getting arrested by Dawes and Kai and Stoddard and me being on that bus. And it was just a fucking loading screen. That was the jump. There was no, you know, hey, this is what life was like for him in jail. Some of the people he was in, you know, up against did this, and that kind of leads him to becoming more and more corrupt. I can see how at the end there, they were trying to like go, this entire time we're building up, you know, we're building up Nick to kind of change from being a super good guy to kind of being a little bit of a criminal with a criminal mentality. And it caught me off guard because they didn't really do that. They really didn't. Yeah, we were angry about Dawes, but, you know, we were still being kind of respectful about things. We didn't want people to do bad shit. Like, and we were never in a situation where I was killing, like, straight up innocents. I was usually just killing, like, guards who fucking, like, threatened people because they were late bringing girls to a party. Or wanted to, like, just shoot everything. These were bad people who might have had families, but they were bad people in the end anyways. So there was never, like, a dilemma where, you know, I'm trying to be better than anything else. Sure, mechanically, by trying to arrest people, I was rewarded with points, but that system died off super quick. So, yeah, I don't know, it was weird. It's another problem. I know, like, by the end of a lot of Let's Plays, I'm like, they didn't develop characters enough, but it's a common problem. It's a common problem where they take these characters and they give them, like, some things that they're supposed to be like, and then that's really it. And maybe you have, like, a couple of conversations. Nick had a couple of conversations with Kai that kind of fleshed her out a little bit. You know, she felt bad about, you know, things that we did, but we never found out what she did exactly in Chicago. It's just kind of, like, hinted at. And so, you know, it's a problem that games have where they don't really show you things. They just kind of infer it. They don't even usually tell the things. Again, they just infer it. It's like, oh, obviously something bad happened. And you're like, okay, well, what? I don't know, something bad happened. Just figure. Oh, man. Nick had to spend a lot of time in jail. His mom died in jail. Okay, what else happened in the 3 years that he was in jail? I don't know. He spent over 1,000 days in jail, and we're not gonna fucking learn anything about that. Except that his mom died and that he felt really torn up. We didn't even know his mom. We saw nothing about that, and I feel like, you know, that's a little bit of a shame because of the fact that they were kind of going the route of, like, say, a TV drama. And if you're gonna have a TV drama, or you're gonna try to go route of, like, a quasi-TV drama, then you have to show the other bits. You have to show the character development bits that, you know, aren't always about shooting up people. Now, I'm not saying that I want the game to be, like, a bunch of flashbacks, you know, but even just, like, you know, a call from his mom a couple of times at the beginning of the game before we got arrested, where, you know, we talk to her and have some exposition where we learn about her. Maybe something like that would have been nice, but no, she was... All we know is that she's our mom. We don't even know what she looks like. Right? We didn't even learn what the father looked like till the end of the game, and that shit's ridiculous because a good portion of that was supposed to be part of Nick's character. He came to America with his mom. They escaped from Cuba, and his dad was a bad person. Well, thanks for telling us, but you didn't fucking show any of it, so how am I supposed to connect to it? Ah, gosh. If I had to rephrase things, I think that Battlefield Hardline was definitely a nice step in the right direction. And if they do want to make this a franchise with Visceral Games, I am slightly okay with that too. I would be very interested to see what kind of direction they can take it, especially because they ended it on a really odd note that even I don't know what to take from it. It's just like, okay, he has a lot of gold and a lot of money and might possibly own the corporation that is slightly spreading itself out throughout all of America and stuff. What are you gonna do with it, Nick? I don't fucking know. We'll find out in Battlefield Hardline 2, I guess, if it ever happens. But I think they could have done more. Lengthwise, this game was a little bit short. I imagine anybody who rushed through the game just shooting everybody probably got through the game in about 3 or 4 hours. It's not a long game. And the only thing that can, like, you can't skip the cutscenes in this game. You can't. You can skip the recaps when you resume a level, but you can't skip cutscenes. So that's like the only thing you can really add on to time. But yeah, it was a short game, and the only way that it was really lengthened was by the whole arresting people and stealthing system. But anyone who doesn't give a fuck about that, this was a short game, and that's a little ridiculous. They really could have afforded having like 2 or 3 or 4 more hours, maybe even more than that. Again, just to really allow things to be fleshed out rather than really vague and meh. We had like quasi-villains who showed up for a single episode apiece. Kang? We didn't even get a cutscene with Kang. He was just like a random guy that I shot inside of a garage, and fucking Nick said, "We got Kang." I'm like, oh, I did? I didn't fucking know. We never saw Lily Kang, really. We saw her, we were told about her. We saw like some slight pictures of her on walls and heard her try to be a K-pop thing, but we never fucking saw her. We never saw like the relationship in a bad way. Just, oh gosh. I love TV, and I'm very interested in police dramas in a way that this was really disappointing. And at the same time, very intriguing. Gameplay-wise, it was a little bit of an odd mix-up. Again, we had a lot of areas where it was like a lot of stealthing around, and then we had a couple of places that were like really open. We had the swamp level, which was really open-ended. Obviously, there wasn't much to do in the swamp, but we had that. We had, you know, the desert level. We had the last level, the island level, was super open-ended, and it seemed like it didn't really know what it wanted to do. Do you want to be, you know, giant islands worth of content, or do you want to be like a bunch of corridors of us sneaking around buildings and constantly yelling at people, "Freeze!" Apparently, the answer is a little bit of both, but not really super specialized of either. If I had to give the game a rating, I'd really say I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I'd want to give it an 8 out of 10, but, you know, I also have to remember that I don't really care for the multiplayer anymore. Obviously, I haven't played the full game's multiplayer. I played the betas a couple of times, and those were kind of, and I'm not even super interested in this. But if I just had to give the single player itself 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 premise. I like cop dramas. We haven't gotten a terribly large amount of those in gaming. You know, off the top of my mind, we had true crime. We had, crap, what was that fucking one game? Something... Crap, it was pretty much like, it was like a quasi-true crime game, but it wasn't a true crime game. It was in China. I forgot the name of the game. Oh my gosh, I play too many games. But we don't have a lot of the cop games. And so it would have been really nice to have done something more. I don't mind the super cliche, predictable story plot. I don't mind that, you know, Dawes was pretty much like, I'm trying to take over the world, and you're gonna be just like me, Nick. I don't mind that too much. I just mind that in between stuff, there wasn't a lot of content. There wasn't a lot of substance to the content that existed, and that is a real big shame. Shame on you, Visceral Games. You could have done better. This could have been a 10 to 12 hour experience, even for people who like rush through the game, and you could have fleshed out characters, and it would have been really nice. Well, that's Battlefield Hardline, I suppose. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Let's Play. Sorry if I was super slow on some bits. It happens. The game really wanted you to try to focus on stealth, so I did that. I'm gonna end off here. I will see you guys later.